Could you please introduce yourself?
So my name's Nick Harrison. I'm a senior lecturer here at SAE University College. Been teaching in higher education over the past 15 years.
So I'm Ezra. I'm currently doing film, and I probably want to go into like editing and or directing.
Hi, my name is Ryan. I'm studying a Bachelor of Audio, and my preference of being in the industry is film and live engineering.
So I treat creativity more as a process. So the more you show up and just do the thing, the more the creative kind of genie pops out of the bottle and things start getting interesting.
I think creativity for me is kind of pushing the limits of like what I can do, always testing my own skills and trying to make something new and exciting.
The context of my work with creativity is having the opportunity to have subjectivity with using certain equipment to display audio to an audience. So that's positioning a certain mic at a certain distance, or having certain hardware to give certain effects that will later on be used in a performance setting.
So like a lot of people, I jumped on to ChatGPT as soon as it showed up, and I've used it pretty excessively from that point all the way through to now. But I think part of the reason that I've done that is because I typically in the past have just looked for new technology and I'll sort of charge at it.
This isn't really like generative AI, but I think the first time that like I was kind of like really used AI was just like a simple Google search where someone, like we were just like wondering about like the definition of something, and they were just like, oh, I'll ask ChatGPT, and I was just like, just Google it. Like, just do the actual research yourself. Don't just rely on AI. I don't know.
In multiple senses, I've seen it in both really good and really bad situations. I've seen it in good spaces of it being used as a tool. But in other cases, I've seen it as used as a full crutch. And sort of further elaborating on the crutch, you're eliminating the outline of that part of it, which it doesn't become the creative industry.
You know, I've built up such an opinion about what authenticity looks like within certain genres, or you know, like what authenticity looks like in music to me. And so, when people are kind of generating songs, it doesn't look authentic to me. And so one thing that I've find a little confusing is if I don't know that something's AI generated and I'm surprised about how great it sounds, and then I realize, and it's taken a little longer every few months, it's taken a little longer to realize that it's definitely AI.
For someone who has a learning disability or processing disorder, it's kind of helpful to put it in like digestible chunks, especially studying here at an audio degree, especially with the work being given. It's kind of hard for me to read large bodies of text, especially from articles of live recordings or people using certain audio equipment. Using AI to provide the information that's already there into digestible dot point chunks for me to be able to spit it out evenly is more of a tool than a crutch.
I think AI is showing up in the audio field in a whole range of different ways. It's like a multifaceted technology that
I think really the only exposure I've had to AI in a creative context is I don't know, like online generative images and videos and things, I've purposely kept myself quite separate from it in my own creative practice. So I think like the only really exposure I've had to it is people talking about whether or not they like it and think it's ethical and stuff.
Games, especially in both my interests or in my industry, but there's been a couple of games that have been released that have been completely done through AI, whether it's through artwork or through animation itself. It's very disappointing and lazy. I think, the first time I really encountered it was during when I was studying my music course. It was sort of implemented. It was bare bones. It wasn't generative AI or ChatGPT or all of the current AI platforms that are here currently, but it was like pictographic. It wasn't specific. I wasn't really impacting in my creative workflow. It just existed.
Yeah, so the way that I mostly use AI is like on a weekly basis. I probably use it, I'd say for around 10 hours a week, is just coding.
I would, to someone that is just starting to be creative and pursue those skills, I would definitely say, like, just don't use it. Like, I don't know, I think so much behind creativity and art is the human skills and touch and influence. Like, I think our human experiences influence everything we do, and my own experiences and feelings are something that I really want to explore in my creative practice. So I think, like, yeah, for someone just starting out, it's like, it's all yours. Don't rely on a robot.
First of all, I'd get them to think about, or I'd recommend that they think about what authenticity looks like to them within their creative field. And then if they are going to use AI which isn't going to impact them socially or, impact them with some stigma within their industry.
I think sort of going back to differentiating using it as a tool versus abusing it. I think that there is a danger when it comes to relying on it completely. And also knowing where you need to be creative versus when you can rely the monotonous tasks to something else. It's no different from shoving a task to someone else who is better in that field.